Yo, time for a really fun video. I love this. Wrong. This is a pain in the ass, but I gotta do it. I've done it before, but this is a different Ruger, slightly different, same takedown, but it's such a pain in the ass. Everyone should have 2 videos on this fucking gun taking it down. It's not a big deal, it's just a lot of memory shit you gotta remember. Alright, this is a brand new Ruger Mark III, and everyone's arguing, oh, it's not a Mark III really, and this. Look, man, okay, real simple. It's stamped on the goddamn barrel, Ruger 2245 Mark 123. I know what he's saying. There's another Mark III out there that has a different ergonomic. This is a 1911 ergonomic. The other one's more like a German Luger ergonomic. It's a little different, and it's steel, and the slide release is a button. It's up here. It doesn't have this. That's the only difference. Okay, everything else is the fucking same. We're gonna do a disassembly. I don't know how smooth it's gonna go because it's a bitch of all bitches. This is like one of the most challenging guns to take apart. It's not that bad. Okay. You need a mallet and you need a little screwdriver. I don't like using screwdrivers, so what I'm going to do, and I'll show you why, if I can find a little one, all the shit I got in here. Okay. No good there. What I'd like to do is put a piece of electrical tape, because I don't want to put metal on metal where there's a lot of pressure. You know, the gun's going to get worn and scratched, but why enhance this, you know? I don't think that's going to work. You believe I don't have a little screwdriver? Because my whole screwdriver set is fucking upstairs, and I am not going upstairs again. So I will find a way to make this work. There you go. What's this? No, it's not good either. Here's what I'll do. I'll use this pointy pokey thing, and I'll wrap this electrical tape around it so I don't scratch nothing. So I'll do that. Wow, that's not working. Anyway, glad you guys enjoyed that food video. It was pretty funny. It was fun. It was fun. A lot of guys are saying you should do that more. I don't know. I don't want to piss people off. It's supposed to be a gun channel. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Give me your vote. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again. Because I'm cooking all the time. All the time. Okay. Let's get on with the disassembly. First thing you want to do is check it for safety. Okay. Check it for safety. By the way, Mr. 45 Bullet gave me this. Cool hat, huh? From the NRA. Don't tread on me. He's a good dude. Go over there and sub. Okay. You need a mallet and something like this, or a tiny little screwdriver. And if you have a screwdriver, put tape around it. There. First thing, let's take the magazine out. First thing. Alright, magazine's out. Let's check the chamber for a round. Nothing in there. Now watch this kind of gun. When you pull this slide back and you go forward, it will grab your skin and tear your skin off, and you will bleed like a little crack whore. You will. Trust me. It's already happened. This gun will fuck you up. It's a bitch. Okay. Put the magazine back in. Pull the trigger. Okay, now you're ready to take it down. First thing you got to do is take this little lever. This is the mainspring housing. There's a lever in here, and I'm going to use this. There you go. See that? I didn't scratch my lever. I'm going to use this like that, and it swings out, and all I'm going to do is push that back down, and then I'm going to grab it and pull it out. What happens is a shaft that goes through the frame. This is the whole thing. This is the barrel. This is the receiver. The shaft goes through the back of the receiver and pops up on the top. See that thing? It looks like a little titty. Alright, and I'm going to pull that through it. That holds everything together. It comes right out. Okay, the next thing I want to do, I want to take my bolt out, which is this right here. Okay, there's the bolt, recoil spring, and firing pin. And another thing I want to show you, can you dry fire a Ruger? Yes. Why? Because see that pin right there? That is a firing pin stop. It stops the firing pin from hitting the breech plate. My buck mark did not have that. That's why I got rid of it. The buck mark, if you dry fire it, will hit the breech plate and fuck up everything. Okay? So the Ruger Mark III you can dry fire. The buck mark you cannot. Okay, that's in there. Okay, the next thing you want to do now is take the magazine back out. Now the next thing you want to do is get your mallet and tap. When it gets broken in, you'll be able to hold your thumb and push it forward. This whole barrel is going to come off of here, but it's new, so I'm going to have to tap it with a mallet. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now another thing I want to show you. Here's your frame. In here, under the carriage here, right here, there's a little pin. You want to make sure that stays in, because what that does is it holds this chamber loaded indicator flag, and there's a spring on here. I'll show you. Watch it fall out on me. You see it springing in and out? See it? Okay. Well, that pin that's in there, it's not press fitted. It just sits in there. So I mean, if I went like this, that pin would come out, and then that would come right out. For cleaning shit, but you don't need to take that out. Alright, it's complicated enough. Alright, that's completely disassembled. You're cleaning the whole thing up. Very important, this is your hammer. Make sure that's down. Okay, there's your little square lug that locks into the barrel. Okay, so, okay, now if I remember correctly, you get your barrel, you get your frame, and you get your square lug there and your square notch there. Sits on there real nice, and then you want to pull the barrel back this way to lock in. Now it's not going to go all the way back because it's new, so I'm going to have to spin it around. I put my thumb through the trigger guard like this and around like that, and then I get my mallet and just tap the front of the pistol. 1, 2, 3. Not a mark on it because it's a mallet. And now you got the barrel overhanging the frame just about a 32nd, and that's just where it should be. Okay, now you want to do is look at your holes, make sure your holes line up, because you're going to have a hole through the frame and your receiver, and make sure they're lined up perfectly. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is put my bolt back in, which is this. My bolt, my recoil guide spring, everything. It's all going to go back in. This is very easy to take apart. Watch me make an ass out of myself. But all you do is pull this up like that, and there's your recoil spring and guide rod. Put it back in. And it's for a thorough cleaning, you know what I mean? Push it up a little. Make sure your recoil, see how it's shaped like a horseshoe? Make sure that's centered perfectly, because that completes the circle. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It could stop the shaft from coming through if it's not perfectly on there. So just give it a good looky and push everything down. While I have it out, I'll hit it with a little, my magic ballistol here. Fucking shit, it's great on everything. I'll just give it a little shot. I don't want to get grease on my review mat because it's really not a gun mat, it's a review mat. And I rub this in real good. These are nice pistols, man. They really are. You got to make sure you get a good one though. Sometimes you'll get one that ain't machined right and they jam like a motherfucker. But if you got one that runs good, they'll run good forever. And the last one I had, it was a bitch. It was made like shit. Okay, You with me now? I didn't mess you up because I stopped, did I? Next step, we're just putting the bolt in. Okay. Now when your bolt goes in, you might find some resistance. That's your release button. So just push it down, and there's your bolt. Okay. Now the next thing, if I remember correctly, magazine goes in now. Magazine goes back in. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, pull the trigger, hold it down, okay, like this, and get your mainspring housing, okay. It's a little tricky. Push it up in there and push that motherfucker. You can't have homo hands if you want to take this gun apart. You gotta fucking, I don't know. Gotta have pretty strong hands. Okay, it's a bitch. Now if that don't go in for you, you can use a mallet. You flip it upside down and you tap this right here. Just easy, just go tap, 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 and it'll go poop. It'll pop right in there. Okay, now what I want to do is hold the gun upright like this. Okay, and there's a little piece of metal in there and it swings back and forth, and what the little piece of metal does, there's a notch here. It sits in this notch, and as you close this, it goes into that notch and creates spring tension. So that's why I got to hold it up. Now you can hold it up and hold the trigger. What the trigger does is it keeps it from swinging. It just makes it stiff. But when you get good at it, you'll see you don't even have to hold the trigger. You just hold it up. Now I'm going to swing this. I see it's in the right position. I'm going to swing this in. I'm going to push. Alright, I'm going to let go of the trigger now. I'm going to push this lever. What it does is it wedges itself underneath there. So I'm going to it uses leverage to push the spring tension in and clicks into place. Watch. See? That's it. Now, how do we know if it works? Well, you pull the bolt back, see if it locks back on an empty magazine, and it does. If that didn't work, it would come out. The bolt would come back just a little and stop. You know something's wrong. When it does that, take your magazine back out, take the whole thing apart again. Now we know it's okay. Okay, but we still got to give it another function check. So what we got to do is, here's your slide release. Pull it back, and let's check the trigger. Make sure you hear a click. Okay, that's great. Now let's take the magazine out and make sure it doesn't stay back and it goes back and forth. Perfect. Now it should not fire with the magazine out. Let's make sure that works. And it doesn't. Let's put the magazine in and make sure it fires. There it is. That's the best I can do. I've seen a lot of disassemblies on this, and they're not easy. But once you learn the gun, after you do it maybe 5 times, you'll be like, that's it? What's the big deal? That ain't shit. And that's it, man. Pretty smooth. This is my, what's the name? USP 40 HK. In case, I got a lot of enemies. In case someone comes in my front door while I'm making a video, I can turn around and just say, you're fucked. You never know. Anyway, just kidding. I'm not a violent man, but when it comes my way, I love it. You ever hear that guy? It's funny, man. Alright, get your silicone rag, because this bluing needs attention. You should always wipe your guns down with silicone rags, and this is the best silicone rag I've ever seen. Okay, and I have fucking fuzz bunnies again. Okay, now it's good. This gun's ready to rock and roll, and like I said, I want to show you something. These silicone rags, no, I'm not getting them for free. I wish. If I was getting these for free, I'd really do a video on them. Silicone gun and reel cloth made by Clean Bore. They're $3.50 a piece. They stay moist longer than any other silicone rag I've ever seen, and they smell really good. They said they have a real cool smell to them. I can sit here and smell this thing all fucking day. But these are my favorite. I've used them all. I've used Hoppe's, Lehman, every kind of silicone rag, the gray ones and the green ones. These are the best ones. I like these the best. So what I did was I ordered like 25 of these and vacuum sealed them in one of those vacuum seal sandwich bags. And that's how much I like them. Just in case they stop making them, I have a few. Alright, let me know what you think of the RUGER Mark III Disassembly. I hope this helps you. It should.